Yo, see who we could get up in here.
Yo,
Yo, Dre, what's good, son?
yo, everything's everything, man.
Yeah, I was trying to catch up with you before we got all froze up.
Yeah, man, I'm just getting my phone together. And I had my VPN on because I'm messing around with the crypto, so I had to take that off.
I see. That shit had your shit all fucked up.
Yeah,
But
man.
what's
But how you
good,
been,
son?
man?
I'm chilling, son. What's good with you? It's been a minute since we chatted, son.
Hold on, what's
Where
going
you
on with the
been
mic?
at, son?
Hold on,
And I don't
let
know if
me see.
you got your camera on?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Here we
What
go.
up,
I
son?
can't
You,
hear you though.
you don't hear me?
Nah, I was hearing you real good for a second.
How about now?
Mm-mm.
Nah? Yeah, you starting to freeze up on me, son. There you go. You hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. So what's good, son?
But yeah, everything's good, man. Everything cooking in the pot. You know, it's spring, so everybody got the right feeling. They can catch it, you know.
Yo, son, a little bit of sun come out and everybody outside jogging, walking their dogs. It's crazy outside, son.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Get a little warmer, get a little crazier, you know what I mean? It's a little warmer, get a little crazier every time, you feel me?
Yeah, everybody gets inspired, but you know, everybody do what they do with it.
Word.
Inspiration, man. I see you inspired. You dropping new music, man.
Yo, son, that was spontaneous to be for real, son. Like, I was freestyling over some beats, some random beats that I was just messing with. Found them online or whatever. And Ex Vicer woke up out of the dungeon out of nowhere. And he like, let me hear that beat you rapping to. He like, give me a few minutes. All of a sudden, son is cooking, throwing throwing beats at me. Plus, I was already kind of messing around, producing some drill beats myself. I start sending the tracks to No Sight, right? And I'm like, yo, Ex Vice woke up, son. He's out the dungeon, son. Next thing I know, No Sight hitting me up and he's pushing me, yo, you gotta write. And I don't know, son. We back in the lab, band back together, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's
So
up.
we
That's what's
began
up.
busy. So it was like spontaneous, son. It wasn't even planned, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, son. What's good with you, son? You know I'm gonna have to send you a little track or two. Get you to
That's
spit a
it.
couple bars for me, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been cooking some tracks too, so what's up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those things will be presented real soon. And actually, since we talking again, then like should work on some stuff together. Yeah, for sure. Cause yeah, yeah. In the background.
I know you had some stuff cooking in the pot, son, so I'm waiting to see what you got going on, you feel
Oh
me?
yeah, cause now the format is even more dope, man. Cause like there's a lot more wisdom in it. So like the rollout, and I think like especially from my previous history, man. Like as far as MCs, we come, we understand street science, we understand, that struggle, right,
Yep.
and that dichotomy because um, but we also understand like overcoming it. But then we also understand like like asking deeper questions of life that kind of like bring out like a different type of uniqueness that the game needs. That I definitely believe it needs. You know.
Or yo, not for nothing though, son. After all this Kendrick shit and all of that or whatever, a lot of MCs been waking up, son. A
True.
lot of MCs been waking up, son. I don't know who you listening to right now.
Um, let's see. I've been listening to kind of like a mix of MCs, but you know, I don't know. I've been listening to me. Nah.
You know, yo, I'm gonna put you on, son. You want son to listen to some new shit? So I don't know if you heard Jim Jones' new shit. I think it's called
You
like,
know what? I ain't listened to his new album yet.
yo, son, listen. All love to Cam, Jim. I've always been a Cam fan, Dipset fan, all of that, whatever going on with them. I want no parts of that. Right? They need to figure that out. I'm fans of both of them. But Jim shit right now, that shit is from top to bottom is no skips, son. That shit is fire, son. That shit
Okay.
is no skips. No skips, son.
Yeah.
And he got uh he got this cat on there. I think his name is Keen Streets. He
Mhm.
got a track on there called Walking on Business. Yo, son, get busy, son. If you
Mhm.
haven't heard this cat, son, you need to go. First of all, listen to Jim Jones shit when you get a chance.
Mhm.
And Keen Streets, yo. I think he's on other tracks too, but where he caught my attention is this track called Walking on Business. Son,
Mhm.
get busy, son. Like, yo, I'm not even playing. Like, I listened to that track, bro, and I hit up X Vice and I was like, yo, can we get back in the lab, son? I got some shit that I got to get off my chest. Cause like I was inspired to hear the young cats really doing their thing, son. Like
Yeah.
it's fire. But that album is fire, son. Jim Jones dug in his bag with that one, son. So, but
Yeah. I've been listening to like so many guys, man. Cause I was kind of like dripping into different guys, but like I didn't listen to like in the last week. I didn't listen to like MF Doom, Eminem, Coogee Rap, Cannabis, Rakim, and
yeah, I was just
like
I
I've
was
been
just
going.
spitting the cannabis verse earlier today, son.
Get
Yo,
out of
I be using cannabis bars sometimes to like for lyrical exercise, son. Yo,
here.
I don't even remember what bars it was, son. I was just like doing some lyrical exercise
Yeah.
type shit, and I was spitting
Mhm.
some cannabis bars for real. Um, but I've been listening to Nino Man. He's on fire right now. King Streets, like I said. Um, who else we got that's been getting busy lately? Of course, Kendrick been doing his thing.
Mhm.
Um, that Hey Now, I got that on repeat, son. That Hey Now. Um, yo, son, that Hey Now is on repeat, son. I know everybody like the peekaboo and the TV off and all of that, but that Hey Now is on repeat, son. That Walking Up Business I already told you was on repeat.
Yeah.
Um,
The production on it is solid. I mean, he always have solid, needs solid production.
you talking
So
about Kendrick's joint?
yeah, but like this joint, yeah, like the sonic, like the sonics on all the records is like, yeah.
It was put together well. Even that joint he did with SZA, I like the way they put their voices together.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it was
They
like
put
he
the
did the
Clipper
one
classic.
verse and the other verse, and they were doing like the Styles P and Jada type thing. And then like they put their voices together. I thought that was dope because they don't like knock each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like it blends very well.
Yeah, it's to be like you gotta remember too. It's like how you say, it's like the same exchange like the original record. where Luther and the woman is singing, "If this world was mine," like
I
it's so
gotta go
like,
back and listen to it because I thought it was only Luther on it.
man, you gotta dance with your girl to that at least one time, man. What?
Yo, son, I didn't even know,
She'll
son.
get, she'll get
That
like the
record is
stars in the
fire.
eyes. The song, the lyrics, yeah, the song is fire. Yeah, that's why it's called Luther.
I mean, I thought it was because of the sample that they
Yeah,
had in there,
yeah,
but
that's
I
the
didn't
sample. The
realize.
sample of
I
Luther.
f-
Yeah,
feel you, but I didn't realize that it's the same format where he got a girl in there and all of that. So now I gotta go
yeah,
back and hear that because that's fire, son.
yeah,
That's
and
fire.
and it's the sonics on it and the vocals and the woman they kill it. It's one of
That's
them
what I'm
songs.
saying. That's what I'm saying. When you brought up the Sonics, that song jumped into my mind immediately because for them to be singing at the same time, but
Mm.
their voices are not canceling each other out, like that was mixed pretty good. Like the Sonics on that is fire. Whoever did that mixing, like hats off to them because that shit is fire for
Oh
real.
yeah, they got engineers on their side. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 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 son, yeah. But yeah, that Kendrick stuff, that's fire, yo. I mean, I don't even know what's happening with that whole. I don't know if you've been caught up on the whole Jim Jones and Cam. They going back and forth, and I'm like, man, like
I
I
think it's
rock with
all. I
both of them,
think I
son.
think I think it's just all for publicity.
You think so? Is the algorithm game?
I don't think it's that deep. Even it could be though a little bit at this point, just a tad bit, but like not for real because like I know Jim Jones wants to be seen as like his own man for real, and
But
it's an
he,
accomplished artist because he
but
actually
he been
put
that way,
in the work.
son.
He was putting in the work already, like back in COVID too, huh?
He been that way though already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and then there was a time where like he actually had told Cam that he wanted to start a beef to hype up their shit
Mm.
like
So it's an
years ago.
algorithm game.
It could be, it could be not. I don't know
I seen,
because I ain't sat down with the both.
I
But Cam is
seen.
funny. Cam is funny as fuck.
Yo, son, listen, I don't even like sports, bro. Let me tell you. Say what y'all want. Whoever's watching this or whatever, love to y'all. I'm not a sports
Yeah.
fan. I'm old school, like from the Bronx Tale when the kid tells Sonny, he like, oh, Mickey Mantle, they made him cry, whatever. And he's like, tell Mickey Mantle you can't pay your rent and see what he tell you. You feel me? So I don't be watching sports like that. You dig? But I watch it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because Cameron makes me having me dying, son. Like that show is fire, son. I be watching the clips and they be going on, son.
Oh
Like,
my God.
yo, son, I be dying. And I don't give a shit about sports, but I will watch that, son. You know what I'm saying? Just to see them two up there popping shit about all the basketball players and football players, they be beefing with them. Yo, that should be
Yeah.
funny, son. It'd
I,
be
I, I
funny.
ain't I ain't gonna lie though, man. Like the beefing with the guys and that's in hip hop. It be like it be good. It be just on my nerves sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yo, I had a post on my gram, if you go a couple posts back that say two rappers beefing is really two guys sharing poetry with each other or something like that.
Cause
Yo, you feel
it's
me?
wild out and it's wild out and it's setting a bad example. But I don't know,
Nah,
man.
nah, I got listen, I got love for both of them, son. Like I've been listening to Cam since I was a tiny toon, you feel me? Like
About to drop
since
the album
Children of
too.
the Corn, since Confessions of Fire, SDE, you know what I'm saying? And the whole Dipset movement. And then Jim, I was, that whole Jim movement back in the days, he had the city on Smash, he had the towns on Smash. So like I fucks with both of them. My whole that shit is just for the algorithms. Matter of fact, Freaky did an interview where he say it's just for the algorithms anyway. But you know,
There you
but
go.
yo, that Gem album though, I had so to him. That shit fire. I'm not gonna lie, son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta hear that when you get a chance. That Nino shit is fire that he been dropping lately. That Dave East fire that he's been dropping.
Yeah, he's
Um,
he's uh he's definitely. I really like how he like upgrades.
Yeah, he
He look
dropped the
nice, and
what I saw from him.
he's rap with like just about at least a good circle of titans where he's held his
Oh,
own or even shined on them niggas or made them rap
I don't know
nice
about
shit.
shining on him. I don't know about shining on him, son. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no. I don't mean like sunning them, but I mean
I feel you.
like he bring his A game, and they bring
Oh
so that
yeah,
the other MC got to bring their A game,
yeah, 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 yeah.
or he just showing up to match them. I'm just saying he shows up. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, yeah, 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 yeah. No, for sure,
He
for
will
sure.
rock with everybody, cause I be finding I still be finding tracks that were like Davies on this joint too, like
You
damn,
know,
like son.
you know what I like about what he did recently? He
What's
dropped
that?
the his I think it's called East Mix, right?
I ain't
And
heard it
it's
yet.
like when you get a chance, jump on that because he took like other songs, like he take like he got TV off where he do his own version of TV off. I think
Dude.
he did like the Lil Uzi song, the what's that Uzi song that was out a while ago? I think he did it with Nino Man. Um that
Oh,
rock right now, the
mhm.
rock right now, he had his like own version of that and a couple other joints or whatever. And
Mm.
so for me, it reminds me of like G Unit Radio back in the days where it'd be like songs that was trash or whatever. They wasn't all trash. Some of them was good songs. But sometimes it was songs that you don't want to hear, but then G-Unit to do it over, so I would listen to that version. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like no, no disrespect to nobody, but like that Post Malone shit, forgot what it was called too. Everybody was on that shit when they came out. It
Uh,
was him and like 21 Savage
oh,
that was on it.
oh, celebration.
I
No,
don't know
no,
what it was called, son.
no, not
But
that. That's not
Jadakiss,
celebration.
Jadakiss did his own version of that, and that was the only one I listened to. You know what I mean? Oh, Rockstar, Rockstar,
Mm,
Party Like a Rockstar, whatever it was called. So
mm,
yeah, yeah, but I would only listen to the Kiss version. So for me, when Dave East do that, and it'd be like songs that I really wouldn't listen to, and now I could be like, I'm gonna put on the Dave East version. You know what I mean? Yo, even my kids rather listen to the Dave East version of most of them joints than the regular version, son. And my kids is little, B, and they rather listen to the Dave East shit. I be like, yeah, they got that New York shit in their heart, son. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, he doing this thing too, son.
So,
And
so, so.
and speaking of that, even the old school cast is up in this shit. You seen have you listened to Muddy Waters too?
Yep.
Yo, tell me about it, please. Cause I haven't got into everything. I listened to like three or four tracks on it and I haven't dug deep into it. Tell me about it.
He on there having fun doing what he do, and he trying to drop some game in there too. Yeah.
Yo, I've been following him on
Like that.
Instagram and the videos is fire, son, that he's putting out.
Just having fun. I wish he had some more people around him having fun, so they was all rapping. He was rapping some more. Like he was just dropping projects like a maniac. I mean, he kind of has been doing that, but like I don't know. I wish, but he still him and Meth still. I like how they still rock.
You know what I want to see? I want
What?
to see him, Rod Digger, Stretch, and M get on the track together, son.
Yeah, cause that track that M and Redman did, I was like, what the fuck? It was like it was like the track that when M and Kendrick got on. I was like, what? I, what? And there got to be some other tracks y'all did other than this one, and it's not
Yo,
even like a shade to them tracks. But I'm just like, what?
you know what gave me the same feeling? No
But
disrespect and rest in peace to the great legend DMX that that's my favorite rapper of all time. Um on his album, his last album, he had Wayne on it, and I didn't like the way I didn't like Wayne's presentation of himself on there, his delivery, the way I felt like he could have came better for X song. You know what I'm saying? Where then after X passed, he dropped the song with the DMX sample on it, the Can't Nobody, and that shit was fire. And I'm like, you should have did that with X. You know what I'm saying? Like
he went
those
crazy.
balls,
Man.
that joint was crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't like his verse on the on X's album. Like I was like, you could have did better than that. Same thing with the. I know everybody gonna hate me for this. Yo, mad love to y'all, whatever. But I didn't know. I wasn't really a big fan of the Jay-Z and Nas song on X's album. Like I think they could have came a little better too. They should have went a little harder for that
That
song, being that it
that
was all
phenomenon happens sometimes on what they call posthumous albums,
right.
where like subpar verses are served. I don't know why. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Well,
Maybe
I think
maybe
I
they
think
thought
it's
it
out of
was.
respect. You don't want to sweep them, you know what I'm saying, or cause those conversations because you're trying to have respect for somebody. Maybe I don't know.
No, no, it's always politics with the majors. So I don't know.
Or,
Who
or
knows?
I mean, but that album by X was fire though. Like that whole album was fire. I just wanted those features who came on to like be better. I was like, yes, finally Jay and X back together and Nas. I'm like, come on, that's gonna be fire. And then I was like, it was
Yeah,
alright,
I,
you
I,
know.
I don't. That's why I don't actually try to judge. I don't try, especially DMX's like later records. I don't even try to judge them too hard. You know what I mean?
But okay, but hold on though, because look at the song he got on the same album with the Griselda cats. That song is insane.
True.
Okay, and on that same album, he got the song with the Locks. That's my dog, yeah, yeah. That's my dog, yeah, yeah. And on that song is fire. The Jada is going fire on it. Styles is wilding on it. Sheik is wilding on it. Everybody is wilding on it. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's your excuse? West Side on the Griselda shit, you got West Side Gun and Conway wilding on there. Benny the Butcher wilding on there. Like X wilding on there. That's what I wanted to hear from Wayne J and Nas on that. And I didn't get that. Son. Like
It's
they
okay,
could have did
man.
so much
There, there,
better.
there'll never be another moment where he dropped those first two records, bro. I'm telling you, it's just like yeah. It,
Well,
after Pac, there was nobody after Pac that brought like his whole soul like DMX, like yeah, I was just like what,
yo,
and then when I thought I was like ahead of the curve when I heard him already, right, and then like the way his wave just
bro. X was like the one of the biggest inspirations to me growing up as a
I'm
kid,
trying to tell
son.
you, the YNs don't even know. Like, they know he hot, but I was like, the YNs don't know. Like, yo, he came in and just took the whole shit.
He was such a well balanced artist because he gave you everything, son. Like he gave you everything he had, everything, son. His spiritual side, his gangster side, street shit, like whatever it was all for everybody. It wasn't for him. You know what I'm saying? So for
Hmm.
real, that's a legend for real. That's a real artist. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
rise and power of the X, man.
Word,
DMX, straight
word,
up.
word up, son. Word. Oh, you know who I've been listening to, son? You gotta, if you haven't been listening to, Gorilla Nems. You know who's
A little
Gorilla
bit,
Nems?
but like I need to. I ain't
And
got,
the
you know.
biggest way to recognize him, he do a bunch of videos on Instagram and shit. He be like, "Bing bong, fuck your life," and he be cracking jokes on cats like,
That, that,
don't ever disrespect me, looking like the bad guy from the Minions and dumb shit like that. He's a Puerto Rican cat from Brooklyn, from Coney Island.
okay,
Yo, son get
yeah.
busy.
I done caught a couple of videos, but I know what you're talking about, but I ain't dug into the yeah.
He
It just came
just
across my joint.
he just did a freestyle on Flex, yo, and he get busy, son. He get busy. I like his stuff. He get busy, son.
You ever
So,
heard of Side the Prince?
oh, of course. I get busy
Yeah.
too. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
He
wish
get
it, I
busy.
wish I wish this stuff was straight, man. You got a lot going on, man. And you know, like he actually aired it out online and everything like 2 years ago. But he's like I've been rooting for him for like a long time.
Yeah,
But like
yeah. I
we'll see
seen
how
a
it play out.
few. I seen a few things going on with him, but I wasn't really following the whole story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's too much going on with all of that.
yeah, I'm rooting for him though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so there's him. Uh, I don't even know. Can't even think of the cat's name. But I've been watching this one cat doing these freestyles online where he do this like crazy walk. Every time he do this crazy walk in his freestyles, and he be trying to drop knowledge in his rhymes. He's one of them like almost like spoken word knowledge cats. I gotta share his page with you when I find it. If somebody know who he is, send me a link to his page or whatever. But he be doing like these freestyles where he like do like these walks or whatever while he rhyming. He got these like movements that go with each rhyme, and he be like
Mhm.
kind of rhyming and moving like this or whatever. And he be like trying to kick knowledge in his rhymes. And yeah, kind of like those Coast Contra cats. I know you listen to Coast Contra, son.
Oh yeah, they dope.
Yeah, yeah. He's so give me those vibes. Like he rhyme like them. I gotta send
They
you a
dope.
link to him when I
They
get a
dope.
chance.
Those punks are dope, and they just getting started.
Yeah, son.
And I'm
I
pretty
like
sure
their
they got
stuff.
stuff in the vault.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh yeah, son. Their stuff is fire. I like how they switch back and forth to the Spanish and the English shit.
Oh my
And
god!
son
Ay,
is
ay, ay. That shit is
son.
ridiculous.
Yo, he gets busy,
He's like,
son. Right?
because everyone's paying attention to Homeboy, right? But then he come in, and then he be going back and forth, and I just be like,
Yo.
yo, this is he like two MCs.
Yo, son, he gets busy, son, and the way he switch up his voice and all of that, and like he got the one voice for when he's doing his Spanish like reggaeton kind of thing, and then he switched back up to when he's just flowing on that boom pap. Yo, son, yo, I like son.
I'm definitely, yeah, this dude, yeah, man, he
Son
nice
get
with it.
busy, son. Son get
I
busy for real.
feel like he's a trump card that people don't even know about yet, and he's, man,
I
God,
like him, son. But
I would love to
the
hear a
thing with
solo album from him. That's how dope I think he
he
is, yo.
kind of reminds me. I don't know if you know Lord Have Mercy from Flip Mode.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Lord Have Mercy, son. He's crazy, son. He's crazy, son. I like that dude from Coast Contra. But see, but all these cats I've been watching, son, just doing their thing, yo. That's why, I had to open up the studio back up. I'm like, I gotta get in the booth, son, because
Hmm.
there's a lot of dope MCs like dropping like
Hmm.
bars right now, son.
Yeah, yeah,
And there was that whole
Cassidy's going crazy right now. Well, he's been going crazy, but
yo.
like he's going crazy.
He just dropped
Yeah.
a new website too. Damn, I wish I knew what it was off the top of my head. It was like CassidyTheGoat.com. It's like CassidyTheGoat.com. You know he gotta put that goat shit in there, son. It's
I
like
thought,
Cassidy the Goat.
I thought
Yo,
you put out. I got bars to joint. Like, okay.
I'm gonna tag him in this when I post it. I wonder if he remember we did that show back in New York City. I'm gonna send him the video of me and him doing that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
If y'all
shout out to
can,
Cassidy.
speaking of that, if y'all could link on something, man, because man, he's still super sharp with it.
Yo,
Ooh, he's sharp with it.
believe
He
me.
dropping projects like bam, 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 bam.
Any day, son. If he wanna do something, any day, son. I got balls in the vault just for a joint to do with him, son. Like
Yeah.
for real, son, for real. But I think that's his joint, CassidyTheGoat.com. Speaking of website, 730rs.com, son. Have you been there yet? You subscribe? Yes, then had to put it up, yo. Make sure that everybody has access to the music. You know what I mean? They could stream the music on there, get like membership pricing on that and all of that. So I had to put that together because you know what inspired me to do that. I'm gonna be real with you. It was with Talib Kweli and Mos Def. They came out with their new album. And when they dropped their new album, it was only available on their website. And it was like, oh, we not streaming, we not, doing any distribution or nothing like that. The only way you could get our new album if we doing direct to consumer, you gotta go to our website. And they were doing that with their podcast. They did like a podcast deal with like Dave Chappelle or something like that, I think. And it was
Hmm.
like you had to go to their website and register whatever. And I'm not Talib Kweli or Dave Chappelle. right? So, I'm still on streaming services and all of that, and YouTube and all of that. Go subscribe to your boy 730 RS. But at the same time, I'm like, why not have a direct to people who really, really fuck with me, son? You know what I mean? And I could give them the music. They could stream it for free. They don't gotta pay for streaming services. They just sign up for membership. It's free, and they could stream all our music. And if they want to buy the music and download it, they get, deals or whatever just for being a member. So I figured, people could enjoy that and save a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
but most Def and Taleb definitely inspired me to do that. Yo, direct to consumer. I think Lloyd Banks is doing direct to consumer now. And like I said, Cassidy is doing it. He got that Cassidy, the goat.com, I think it is. And
Hmm.
there's a few cats I'm seeing that's doing that direct to consumer thing. So I'm like, yo, we got to show people love. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the streamers and all that, though. Play
Well,
my stuff.
I'm still here. I'm still here. So speaking of direct consumer, man, you just opened up a big Pandora box because, man, to me that's like part of the like switching this game up and see or far past just a survival, but like thriving because, man, I'm not gonna say that. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. So like the streaming services, they're not paying the artists what they're worth. I could imagine like you hear all of the OGs where they're like, man, I went from the product to this. What? Are you crazy? .0.0001 whatever the whatever. Come on, man. So like to me, because I was looking for my angle, like putting things together, and I was definitely that's to me that's the unless we start to own some distribution, some type of service or something where we own it and we do it properly. I seen a couple other models, and I get into that later though. But like, yeah, man, you got to do that. You got to,
Yeah.
or at least do it for like I don't know until like we get a real union in hip hop or just in music in general. But I mean, in respect to R&B and hip hop and any other soulful music from like
Music needs a like a SAG, like I think that's what they call it for the actors, right? It's like SAG or something like that.
yeah, and they have like things, but like we need one definitely in hip hop for real. And they have like I know KRS One. I want to say shout out to Big Daddy Kane, um, uh, Dougie Fresh, and a couple other. And they have it's called the Hip Hop Alliance. But
Okay.
like, but it ain't what I mean. It ain't like common knowledge. It ain't spoken about. It ain't what I mean.
I saw something that Master P was talking about doing too. I don't know if he was just talking or he was actually doing something, but I seen a few videos recently with Master P and some other cat talking about they trying to help people get their music started and get it together. And then I saw something that he was talking about like a union or something, trying to put together a union or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, it's crazy because I feel you on the. Here's the thing: you got people that know the streaming game so well. They know that algorithm shit. Like you talking about Jim Jones earlier and Freaky and Cam talking about working them algorithms, and you got these cats out here that is making them streams work for them, and they getting paid. They getting money. The independent game is
Mhm.
ridiculous right now. And then you
Mhm.
got established people, right? Like artists that are established and gonna have that fan base that is definitely gonna listen to their music. And so those pennies don't seem like much to them. Some of them understand the difference and they like, nah, it gotta be hard copies. But when you got a fan base that's so large and your streams are going or whatever, you got people that are making good business out of it. So it's like, but then you got independents that really are just pure artists and they don't have the time to play the marketing game or play the social media game or play the algorithm game, and they just pure artists in their soul. They just want to rap, they just want to sing or play their instrument or whatever. And for them, it's a rough game and it's not fair for them. So I feel both sides of the fence, and it's like you got to figure it all out. You know what I mean? You got to figure it all out. But the reason I say all that is because, to your point, if there was a union, if there was a hip hop alliance, or I hear you saying there is one, and I need to look into it. I
I
think
see the link.
the numbers together could change that. You know what I mean? And we could, there could be like a guidebook or something, like you join the union, like this is what you got to do to make sure you get your streams. This is what you got to do to make sure you get this and get that or whatever. As long as you part of this union and part of this, you know, this group, we're gonna support each other and make sure you got the tools you need to be successful in this game. Then it's up to you to make the art. You know what I'm saying? And then if your art is shitty, your art is shitty, then, whatever. But at least there's a foundation that you could come into. Like that hip hop school shit that KRS-One was doing. That should be the foundation of it. You know what I'm saying? You go to
And again,
school, you
that's
get your
something that's
hip
still
hop
not public knowledge.
education. Yeah,
Again,
get the knowledge. Yeah.
but I'm saying the school still isn't something that's public knowledge. To me, it's
That
like, you know what I mean? Like, so
That should be
that
ground zero right there. So you go to school, you get your hip hop degree or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then there's when you join the union. It's like when you go to school, you join a fraternity or whatever. You join the hip hop union straight out of that. Like if somebody go to plumber school, right? I'm pretty sure they'll join like a plumbers union or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go to hip hop school, get your understanding or whatever, and then you join the hip hop union. And it's like it's up to you to make your craft, make your art. If your rhymes is trash, your music is trash, then that's what it is, son. But if you got bars, you got rhymes, you got the ability to create songs and create music, then the community should be behind you to help you push that. You feel me? So
yeah,
I
well,
like
yeah,
that. I like
definitely,
what you're saying, son.
yeah. And you know, and I say this not like in a despair. I'm saying this because like these, I think these are the vibes that are necessary. You know, what I mean, whenever I think of certain like strong, uplifting or like movement type ideas, I know there's like other people that feel that or that already like got like at least like 10 bricks laid in, and then like we can start like adding on.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's tough though, son. Rap is always been looked at as a sport. Well, not always, but like from like the 90s out. Nah, even in the 80s it was always competition, right? Battling and I'm better than you and the bravado or whatever. I got more rhymes, more skills than you. And when it became industrialized, you know what I'm saying? That's when it was like people was kind of like gatekeeping and like instead of that's when a separation happened. It was like, oh, we're gonna be independent. It was all these large groups started breaking up, right? You didn't have like BDP or like large groups like Wu-Tang or like Queensbridge, all of cats that was together over there that had things was holding things down. Now you had everybody separating or trying to be independent, and you know what I mean? There's not many groups left. Like what, D Block and Dipset are probably some of the last groups still alive, and then you got the beef and Dipset right now, if that's real beef. But like, it's just crazy, son. It's real crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's hard.
that's
It's
that.
hard in this game for people to stay together. You know?
Yeah. So I mean, cause just like in masonry, there's like different levels to the building. So like
Hmm.
when it came to the knowledge to the level of like ownership, we lack that knowledge coming into hip hop, into that world of the corporate world. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's
So like
crazy though?
that caused a
You
lot of
know what's
divide and a lot of snakiness.
you know what's crazy though? I was watching Jim Jones on uh, Joe Budden's podcast the other day, and he said something that was funny. He was like Masons, Bloods, fraternities, all of that is fraternities. He was like, whether you go to college and join a fraternity, or you become a Mason, or you become a Blood, they got the structure, they got the understanding. It's applying it the right way instead of using it for banging, instead of using it for whatever use it to make a union or make a business, and people have tried, you know what I mean, and some have been real successful with it, but I think the structure of that kind of fraternal organization and understanding of it, if it could be kept up right, to your point, that's true. Like that's the way to kind of help each other and bring up the next generation. And hip hop was like that in the beginning, son. It was always about bringing up the next generation and paying homage to the generation before. I think again around the 2000s and whatever when all the money started getting involved, I think that's when it really got crazy. You know what I mean? So I think that's when all the was like, I gotta be the best. I gotta be the individual, and we're not gonna bring up the next generation. Because if we bring up the next generation, they're gonna put us out, you know. And then the next generation came up anyway, and instead of having, love for the older cats, they got beef with them, you know. So it's wild, but I'm starting to see the younger cats pay homage now, and it's starting to kind of mend back together. So hopefully, we'll start seeing everything blend back together the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. I'm quite optimistic. That's why, shit, I'm optimistic. Even just seeing you come out with the new joint, the new record, and then with the visual all off the top, your
Yo,
flows polished. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't even show out a look. You didn't even show out. You showed like you did like the 007 lean back, just do 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 bop bop bop. I was like, yeah. That's what.
that's love, son. I appreciate that.
No, it's real though, because like I remember when you started flipping on this is just stuff I hear, because I don't hear when you practicing. I don't hear all the times where there's like the throwaways or the joints y'all like started on and y'all didn't finish. And I'm like, yo, I can hear um Seven really working on his flow, like for real, for real.
Yo, you want to hear something funny? That song that just came out, by the way, it never ends. 7:30 all rest and X Vice go stream that. You feel me? Um, yo, that song was a throwaway twice. It was
What?
a throwaway twice.
What?
Yo, we had another beat that we did for it. We laid it. There's even a no site verse that didn't come out yet. I stay tuned for that. There's a whole no site verse that's supposed to be on there that didn't even come out. And it ended up being a throwaway. It just wasn't the mixing wasn't coming out right. It wasn't right. The flow wasn't right. So you right. I had to work on that flow and polish it. Um, and then I tried to do it like on a drill track. And it was fire, but it wasn't how the song was written. It wasn't written for that. You know what I'm saying? So after X Vicer woke back up out of the dungeon, he gonna be mad at me for saying I don't care. Son was in the dungeon and now he woke up. The dragon is up, and started cooking that fire again. He hit me with that track, bro, and that's put it all into place. That's what put it all into place. And I was like, this is the track and the flow that I need to make it happen. And then we got it recorded and put out, and the visual was it just had to come. You know what I mean? Like, had to put it
Hmm.
all together right. So big shout out to X Vicer, XMG, you know what it is. That
What's
shit
the
was a throwaway twice. You know what I'm saying?
what's the inspiration behind the lyrics?
The inspiration behind the lyrics is exactly the name of the song about it never ends. It's talking about how we've been in darkness, we've been seeing the light, praying for the light. You know what I'm saying? We've been in wars in the streets. We've been in all kind of nonsense. We've been trying to put out this music. We've been up. You know what I mean? Where we doing shows and getting money. We've been down when nobody want to play our music. You feel me? And through all of that, you know what I'm saying? It never ends. You dig? It never ends. And regardless, we not stopping. We still gonna get back in the studio. We still gonna cook up the tracks. We still gonna spit the rhymes. And we still gonna be relevant. And we not gonna stop until we get in the door. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's why, like, if you hear the last part of the rhyme, there's like a little bridge at the end or whatever you want to call it, where I'm referencing an interview from Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Because there's this interview with Pac where he talk about And I got a video. If you want to go to my YouTube or my Instagram, you'll see it on there. I got a clip of him talking about it. Talking about the and when I'm talking about the song or whatever. But in the interview, he's like, imagine you in a hotel and on the other side of that door they got mad food, they partying, everybody eating, and you on the other side of the door and you starving and you trying to get in. And he like, you gonna be like knocking on the door, trying to sing your way in, like, we are hungry, please let us in, or whatever. And then after a while, it's like, you banging on the door like we hungry, we need some food. Things like after a while, you so hungry, you picking the lock and you coming through the door blasting. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, after a while, we was singing and we was trying to get in, but we so hungry now we kicking down the door, we coming in. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, and then at the end of that interview, he's like, we was asking with the Panthers, we was asking with the civil rights movement. So now all those people are dead and in jail, right? So what are we supposed to do? Ask? Right? No, we're not gonna ask no more. You feel me? And
Yeah.
that's exactly what that song is about. It's like it's talking about the struggles that we had throughout our lives, but also in the music game. Like we've been asking for y'all to let us in the game. We've been asking nicely for y'all to ride with us and listen to our music and understand our wave. We're not asking no more. We just gonna kick in the door and here's what we got for you. You feel me? Vibe to this, listen to this, rock with this. Like we don't got time for trends and all these different sounds that you got. We got this raw hip hop. We got this real deal for you, and you're gonna eat it because real hip hop is never gonna die. You feel me?
No,
So
that's a trillion percent, man.
so that's the
Yeah.
message of the song. No disrespect to nobody, but real hip hop gotta live, son. And I've been spitting since I was a tiny tune, son, in Brooklyn, banging on the tables of PS38. You heard? Everybody from PS38 in Brooklyn, you heard? You know what it is. So, like, that's what it is, B. Like, we've been spitting since we was 10 years old, and we're not gonna ask no more. We here. That's what it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, son. But that's the message of the song. Mad love to everybody though, no hate for nobody. But all love over here, just we in here.
I
And
mean, yo, I believe any music that comes strong from the soul, and first of all, if you can already see it, touch it, hear it, smell it, touch and taste it before I guess it appears. I mean, but if you can experience it already ahead of time, and we can throw the marketing behind it, um, it'll it'll attract all the right people and a community, should I say, community, and it'll rock, man.
uh,
I think that's what's that I took a lot of time, man. A lot of time. I feel like I had to get like a degree in like learning like as much independent music game because like that's always been like the tripwire, to a lot of artists. Like you were saying before, like they just want to focus on the art, man.
yeah. I think there's a Joyner Lucas line in one of his songs I was hearing when he says, I know a lot of cats that rap, but they don't know the business. You know, they could rap their ass off, but they don't know the business, and that's a lot of us out here, son.
Yeah,
We could rap our asses off. There's even a Jadakiss line where he says, this is for the cats that get busy but ain't never been heard. You know, like shout out to them for real because they talk about it. They try to shed light on it. There's cats out there that could spit, son. And I even say it about and I was talking shit about not liking sports, but I even say that in sports, like you got people that's in the NBA. Don't get it twisted. There's cats from the P's that will put it on these cats in the NBA. You know what I mean?
yo,
Like I know
man, look, I come from PG County, Maryland, DC, PG County. We got mad stars, but like, man, like we can go from here. all the way to Cali, especially up in New York. Oh my God, it'd be. You can go back to any hood and they'd be like, man, I remember such and such
Right. Right.
jumping out
I
the
was
gym,
I was
jumping over
scraping
niggas' heads.
I was breaking them ankles of them boys when they was in this park. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah,
there's a lot of cats out here that's spitters, bro, spitters, but you got to know the business, and I'm glad you brought that up. And I know I've been watching you over time doing your studying and getting up on the game, and you always putting me on, and you always hit me up, yo, Seven, I was looking at this, I was looking at
oh
that,
yeah, all the
you know.
innovation. Yeah,
Yes, and you know what I mean? And that's what's dope about it because you always willing to share. A lot of people they get the information, they want to harvest it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is just for me or
right. And
whatever. They gotta
charge
find it
you like
themselves.
$5,000 for it.
Yeah, word. Hey, yo, shout out to them though, because you can't knock nobody hustle. People gotta get their money, you feel
Oh
me?
man, welcome to America, baby.
Right, you feel me? Yeah, it's capitalism at its best. Um, but so I get it. I don't got no hate for them, but at the same time, when you going full circle back to this whole hip hop school and union and all of that, that could be the education that people need. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, a lot of people right now they just want to profit off of it. But if we can make it more of an education, more of a union thing, a lot of cats could get up off of the streets and really do something with that talent that they got. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of spitters out there. We named a whole bunch of them today. These young cats is out there that's doing their thing. Like I named like King Streets, Nino Man, Gorilla Nems, all these young cats, Fabio, um, oh, Joel Santana been dropping fire, son. Have you been listening to Joel's?
Yeah,
Bro, Joel's has been dropping some fire,
I would
son.
love to see him come back and cook up, especially after seeing Jim Jones. I know he got to be like, man, I got to come with something.
Well, but he had the joint he did with Kiss just recently, the Party and Bullshit. Yo, that Party and Bullshit that he just did with Kiss was fire. I had that on repeat, son. I had that joint on repeat.
Yeah,
Fab been dropping some stuff.
but that's what I'm saying. I want to see. I guess I'm so used to the Dipset. I wanted to see him just roll out joints like back to back.
Yeah,
Because like
yeah.
them
He
Dipset
rolled
joints,
out a
on them
he
Dipset
rolled
joints,
out a
it was like
couple.
all jewels, huh?
He rolled out a couple. He rolled out a couple because he did Party and Bullshit with Kiss. He
Yeah.
had another one that was like with Rowdy Rebel on it. I don't remember the name of it. I think it was like he might be mixing them up, but he had one called like The Hood.
Oh,
And
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was on the Harlem joint too, right?
yeah, yeah. He was the remix of That So Harlem. He's on there too.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
on there
yeah.
too.
True
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Joel's been on it, son,
he cooking.
and he
I, I,
and he been he been trying to stay mutual, like between the whole Cam and Jim thing. He been
yeah.
trying to stay mutual, son. You could see they like he got interviews or whatever, and they be like trying to poke at him and get him to
Oh
say something.
yeah.
And he be trying to stay in the middle of it. Like he be like, nah, like then he'll start answering the question and then you'll see he'll veer like left or whatever. And he'd be like, nah, I'm not even gonna entertain that because, I don't think he'd be trying to get in the middle or all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
But
I
yo,
would,
but he's
yeah.
been dropping some fire. Like I
He need
said,
to
the
focus
King
on him.
Streets cat, Nino, East, um, who else? So I've been hearing lately, been dropping some fire on the young side. Fabio. Oh, Lil TJ, son. I don't know if you listen to Lil TJ, but I like Lil TJ, son. That young kid got some fire too. I listen to him. So there's a lot of young spitters out there that's really doing their thing, and I hope they continue to come up and really do what they got to do, son.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's why we need some type of structure, at least some example, at least somebody putting out the information where it's heard, and you know what I'm saying? So all right, so if you want to learn this, just come over here. And if you really want to take it to ownership, come over here. If you just want to be an artist, come you know what I'm saying? Or you can, or at least just come here and learn this and you can do it yourself or we can work together. Like that's the type of shit I'm on. And I know there's probably already people doing something like that, but it just needs to be more public, especially right now because I mean, I guess it's even a deeper issue, but like you know, what I
Mm.
mean,
I don't know.
just like in the last week, like I don't know how many MCs, like young rappers, got either locked up or something or another, or in some type of mix or killed.
Yeah, it's been wild, son. They they and I don't know if you saw in the news, but they saying they figured out what happened with Nip. Um,
Yeah,
Apparently, like it
for
was
Big
Big
U,
U set
yeah.
him up. Yeah, son, that's crazy, son.
Man,
That's
listen, man. All of these
crazy,
things
son.
in the last 5 to 4,
Yo,
3 months, man. On all these podcasts, just yapping.
yo.
And,
That's crazy, son. Like when I saw that, I was like, I mean, first of all, I don't know nothing about a lot of them cats. Like, trust me, I don't know, and I know, all the politics over there. I don't want no parts of none of that. You feel me? But it was just surprising to hear that it wasn't something random. You know what I mean? Like I was like, damn, that's fat, son. Like son over there wilding and gonna do that to him. Like from what I hear, he was doing good things for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of that? You feel me? You gonna set up some shit like that? Like that was wild to me, son. I didn't like hearing that today. I heard that today, son, when I was scrolling. I was like, that's crazy, son. But it, you know, I don't know, son. That LA politics shit get me crazy, son. The New York shit is different. You feel me? Like New York shit is like it don't matter what you doing to get your money or what you doing outside of your block, but everybody on your block got you, right? Whether you this color, that color, this flag, that flag, or whatever, at the end of the day, your block, your radius, they got you. And that's how it should be. Like your neighborhood or whatever, they should have you. It's not a lot of like politics across like because you banging over here, you doing this or you doing that. None of that really matters, yo.
Mhm.
It's like whatever block you from, that's what it's about. And again, politics in New York City changed a lot too because it got deep over there. But that was sad to hear, son. I didn't like that. I heard that going on. So,
so
but
that
yeah,
yeah, man. So that's like the main thing, man. We got to heal. I think we got the perfect opportunity to heal. It just like any other man, masonry again. Like if anything, everything needs structure. Without
yeah,
structure, there ain't no building.
yeah. That not only about, but even it's talking about building, bro. You get me back to like even the old school hip hop where we had all the gods. You know what I'm saying? All the god bodies dropping knowledge, and you had to be able to spit bars that had knowledge. You had to be able to be able to be on your game and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could come to you and be like, "Yo, what's your math? What you know today?" And you had to be able to not only spit your knowledge, but if you had to put it in bars, you put it in bars. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There's not a lot of that nowadays where you trying to guide the way that everybody is spitting and the way that they structure themselves and carry themselves, where it's organized. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, because like that's one of the characteristics of hip hop, like you were mentioning. Beyond the competitiveness, is just like well, I guess again, I guess it's still back to that. Like it's like a focus of talking about how nice they are instead of like the issues or what's going on or what they doing or what they would hope or whatever.
I don't know, but it's a
But,
lot of
but
cats
like
waking up,
as far
son.
as like dropping game or not even, I don't want to say game because I don't want to make it sound cliche, but like giving guidance, uh, what I mean, giving perspective in a talented like what I mean, like lyrical way. Yeah, I wish there was more of that over some banging ass beats. Yeah, I wish there was more of that.
Yeah, yeah. You know, no disrespect to Jay, but a little bit. He every time they ask Jay, "Oh, what would you give advice to like young rappers or whatever?" He give this answer. He'd be like, "The answers in the music," and I'm like, "The answers." ain't no damn music, son. Like,
Oh, you going
like
in?
yeah. My bad, son. My
No,
bad.
you
I be
good, man.
listening to
You good.
such.
You good. You being honest.
I be listening to something. Don't get me wrong, Brooklyn. You know what I mean. And there's some joints by Jay that I can't live without. You know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's like ain't no is no information in your track speed that's gonna tell me how to get in the game and how to market this music and how to feed my family off of this, bro. I could bump the Blueprint 1,000 times, and don't get me wrong, one of my favorite albums. But that's not telling me how to pump this music into people's mouths and turn it into food. You feel me? Like, I hate that answer, bro. I hate that answer. He has the ability to put a hip hop school in Brooklyn if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? But it's whatever, B. People got to do what they think is the right thing to do. You know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
Mickey
I
Fact's got like a lyrical school.
oh oh that
Mickey
son
Fact.
that you put me on, son. Yo, I've been listening to him, son. When you put me on to him, I think you put when was the last time we chatted and you put me on to him,
Yeah,
son?
I think
And
that go back. I might even put
that
you on
was
when he did that. When he went on Sway in the morning and ripped it to shreds
that's
with the
I
Marvel
think
joint.
that's when we was talking about him, and I've been following son, and he get busy, son. He get
Yeah.
busy for real. Yeah. He get
So
busy. So
he
you,
got the whole school where he really get everybody into the craft of it. You know what I'm saying? So like
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Like if people really understood the business behind it and really how to structure. Another thing that I hear people talk a lot about is being able to rhyme but not being able to make a song, right? Those are two different things. Like you got rappers, I think it was 50 that was talking about it, and he was saying like how you got people like Game and Lloyd Banks or whatever that they spit like crazy, but without him writing the hooks and putting songs together for them, it wasn't really much that they was able to do. Like they not song makers, they rappers.
So
You know what
me,
I'm saying?
for me and my see me and my Coach K type shit like or I wish I could find somebody else different. But like fuck. I would guide this artist that could be guided into that after breaking out of that mentality of just like flowing for eons. You know what I'm saying? Like you could and to me and then another thing that's also almost like a trait of an artist because an artist are already like kind of like got into that. But a lot of MCs they already do it but they don't even know. They already make hooks within their bars.
Yep.
So you just gotta show them you gotta show it to them. But like if someone doesn't want to do that, then it's on them. You know, what I mean, they could be a battle rapper or whatever they want to do all day.
I
But at
mean,
this point in time,
I
we
do
need
that
some
a
more
lot though,
impactful.
son.
Like that's why I always like your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna give it some talent, but you also gonna give a message, and it's gonna be fire. But it's not like slap in your face. You know what I mean? It is real, it's raw, and you want the listener to tap in, ride with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I think I get lost in a little bit of that sometimes, though. Like, I be
What you
spitting,
mean?
son. Like, I be spitting and not really worrying about the song structure itself. You feel me? Like, I used to get into it with X Visa a lot about that, right? He used to be like, yo, I know you could spit for days. Nobody questioning that, son. You got balls for days. But I would give him like a 28. And he'd be like, you can't put that in like a 16 and a 16. I'm like, I give him a 32 and he's like, break that half and half, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
hit him with a
yeah.
64. He's like, damn, but I'm not even counting, son. I'm just going like until the spirit lead me. You know what I mean? And he had to sit me down and be like, no, no, no. There's time for that. There's a time for you to do that. And there's a time where we need to structure it like this. I need 8 bars of this. I need 16 bars of this. And then I need 4 bars. Like he had to sit me down and really give me that to show me what a song is. Or if not, I'll just be spitting. And No Sight too. Not only X Vice, No Sight too. Cause you know No Sight don't only rap. He do like he sing and he do like alternative kind of music or whatever. So he know how to really structure a song. And it took me time to figure out how to do that by myself because I was just spitting, bro. I just wanted bars, bars, bars. You feel me?
So like this is the next. That's where here we go back to building. So like this is like this where you realize that like you're like a part of you're an instrument in the symphony or the orchestra, uh,
Yeah, yeah, son.
or in the jam. You know what I mean? So when you bring it back to live, like like there's a guitarist right there, there's a drummer right there, there's what I mean, there's somebody with a cowbell, there's somebody with a cymbal, there's a horns over there, and you a part of you know what I mean, and they all there to support you in this moment. You know what I mean? So like when you do it like that, so like that's why you let it breathe. You know what I mean? And it actually makes it actually highlights you even more because it makes you more dynamic because now you know what I mean you're more in the mix of the circle of all the instruments that everybody's
Yeah,
hearing. Does that
yeah,
make sense?
sin. No, it do. And that's 100% what we was talking about. I was talking about this with X Vice the other day. I was like, I don't want, I told him like this. I said, I want you to no longer look at me as a rapper, but use me as an instrument. Pause. You feel
There you
me?
go.
Like,
There you go.
pause.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
for real, like I need you to tell me where in the track you want my voice to go and how you want my voice to sound. Like, do you want me to be real dark with it? Do you want me to try to go higher with it? Like, what do you want me to do so that, and then I sent him this video, bro. I gotta send you this video that I sent to him because that's when he understood what I was talking about. It was ODB and Pharrell, right? And
Mm-hmm.
ODB is like trying to do some kind of like Pharrell want him to do a hook, and ODB's like, yo, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? And Pharrell's like, just be ODB, son, just be ODB. And he's like, nah, I need you to tell me what you want me to do. So that Pharrell goes, okay, here's what I want you to do. Guess who's home? Guess who's home? Guess who's home? He's like, can you do that? He goes, thank you. He goes into the booth and he's like, guess who's home? Guess who's home? And he throws that ODB shit on it, right? And you see Pharrell like rocking like this or whatever. And I'm like, you see, I sent that to X Vice. I'm like, you see, it's not that he took the creativeness away from him, but he gave him production direction. Like he gave him the direction of where to go, and then he let loose as an artist and put that ODB on it. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah.
was like a
That's,
perfect example. I gotta send you that, son. So
yeah.
next time, you could share that and all of that, and kind of put your thoughts to it because that's exactly what you're talking about right
Mm-hmm.
there. That example is perfect, son. Like you gotta be part of the song. You know who's a good example of that? That's gonna make me look old as a motherfucker, son.
Cool.
Roger Troutman, son.
Come on, man.
You know
That's
who's Roger Troutman? More bounce to the ounce.
come on,
Boom, boom.
man.
More bounce. He's a perfect example. Son is an instrument. He's a living instrument. His voice is part of the song. You feel me? Like the song is
Yeah.
nothing without him. Like he has to have his voice in there.
Even
So
even though we're rapping, with when we pack that emotion in, those breaths and those nuances and those and all of that, it so like so a singer usually grasps this even subconsciously faster, but like they even might need to be trained on it too sometimes. But they already understand like they're instruments, so they'll sing like a horn. La, they'll vibrate their voice like a violin, like you
yeah,
know what I mean.
yeah,
So they're thinking in this same manner. Yeah.
yeah, son, yeah, for real. So
And you tell a young kid this, and they get it. It's like, it's just like the vibration in your energy. You want to vibrate within the song.
oh, the
That's how.
young kids is already doing it because they
That's
doing
what
all
I'm
that
saying.
auto tune
You
shit.
say this to them, and they'll. That's what I'm saying. We gotta be feeding them that, man.
Ninety
And
percent of these young kids is on that auto tune shit, and they already know. They already know. Like, I want to have melodies. I want to be part of the song. Like when you listen to like that Metro shit with and Future shit. they are part of the song. Like Future is a good example of that,
Oh
where
yeah,
he's an
Future
instrument.
mastered that a long time ago. Yeah.
Future did that. He's like you could almost say he's the next version of Roger Troutman in a sense, but he do it with auto tune. Even though you had like T-Pain and all of that or whatever. But all these New York kids is using it. Like I said, Lil TJ, Fabio, rest in peace, Pop Smoke when he was doing it. They doing that auto tune type shit and making sure they have melodies and they shit and that they singing with they shit. Even I don't even know that Pop Smoke used auto tune like that,
I was
but
just
his
saying,
voice, the way he
when he
used it.
sung, I think he definitely used it when he sung.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He did. But some of his gritty, more hard shit, I'm not sure if he used it. But even if he did, it don't. What I'm saying is he had melodies, like he understood what he was doing. But he also had 50 around him, and
Yeah,
50 was kind of guiding him. And
I was so hungry to see him grow, man.
yeah,
And to see him grow, man, he
yeah,
was a huge artist. Oh my god.
yeah. That would have been. That's another one that I think they could have did a better job on his after, the album
Yeah,
that
because
came after the fact.
he kind of because he set a whole wave. Like there
Yeah,
was a wave going on, and I know there's other New York artists, like you said, there's other artists that that didn't break through. That is super nice in that era that he came through. But like, man.
yo. Yeah, he had a chance to really do something with it. Fabio still got a chance to do something with it, but it seemed like it's kind of back and forth right now. Like
Yeah,
he
well, man,
he
all the drama, cause that's the thing about the drill music. This is like the flip side, and
yeah.
I don't subscribe to the to like us or even the guys in the '80s older than us. Like I'm
Hmm.
like, bro, and they be like, oh, they wilding us, bro. And nah, it's the same
We
thing
was
going on,
wilding
man.
too, son. We
It's the
was
same
wilding
thing.
too. It's
It's the
all the
same thing.
same thing, bro. Yo, it's all the same thing. Listen, I don't got nothing. That drill shit is fire to me. Like I understand that a lot of it is talking a little bit too much truth and a too much of what's happening in the streets. And
But
I
like
think,
yeah, that's they're speaking from their soul, their experiences from their day to day, and that's what it is. And but
yeah,
also it does incite them to create more drama to rap about. Like
right.
yeah, we just took care of our ops. That's where it gets like that's where
That's
we
where
at.
it's a little iffy for me. You know
That's
what I'm
where
saying?
that's where we get in talking about guidance, or at least some type of better example for them to at least think of an option so they don't have to
Yeah,
subscribe just to that. And this all we got. You know what I mean? Because you
yeah,
understand, if you grow up around wolves, you're gonna end up adapting wolf behavior
yeah, yeah,
in order to
yeah.
survive and thrive. And then after that, but like if you don't see no other options, that's what you're gonna do. That's your identity for the you know what I'm saying?
But I say this, you have to understand the kids, they like you said, they talking about what's in front of them, what they seeing, what they living. That's art. You talking about what you experiencing. You got to share your vision. And at the end of the day, it's documented. We could look back and say, this is what they was going through. You know what I mean? We know what they was going through. It's documented. On top of that, the music itself is fire, bro. The beat is fire, the flows are fire. How they put those songs together is fire. Those kids are talented, son.
Yeah,
To your point,
that's
they
what I'm
need
saying.
support to
This
get
one thing
away
I'm
from the
always gonna
bullshit.
say. This one thing I'm always gonna say, and that's part of my secret sauce. But you still gotta create it, even if I say it. Is that over them same dope ass beats, we could be giving them the right direction, still speaking the truth, but like giving like we've been speaking about in the midst of our conversation, the guidance. Now I mean options, better options. Like but not just in like some cliche like look at my car, I drive in a Rolls Royce and it goes so far and all that blah blah. But like you were saying like how you feel about Jigga. But
Yeah.
like
Well,
but like
you
real
had
like solid, you know what I mean?
you,
And then and to me that's why I'm already preparing that too, where like I have like the community and I have like the structure for all of that to back up the lyrics as well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's you got to be real. real. You got to spit where you coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the opportunity to be independent gave more opportunity for a lot of
Bro,
more street kids to do their thing. You know what I'm
artists,
saying? But
this,
they need
artists,
guidance.
this is the time right now. Artists wish they had it,
Mm,
and I
mm,
know, on the internet you can get scrambled, but like that's why I really want to come up there and kick it with you. Of course, we could do it like on a Zoom or whatever, but like really kick it with you so I could share like all this stuff that I picked up,
yeah,
and I'm still like learning as I'm establishing everything. For every everybody gotta understand like there's the MLC. That's how you get all your streaming royalties. If not, it's gonna go in a black box, and Spotify already shutting down. Like if you don't get the so many streams, then you get a shortcut. You get the super shortcut to royalties. Like what? Well, who? What?
it's
You
crazy,
better get
son.
direct consumer. You better,
You got
man. I'm
to
about
get your publishing right.
we about to bring CDs back.
Yo, you got to get your publishing right. And
Oh
people don't
yeah,
know this. Let me tell you, I got a little gem I drop for you. Don't only have a writer's publishing, you got to have a publishing company. You got to have your own publishing company. You know what I'm saying? Because
what?
there's
Say
publishing.
word.
You gotta have a writers, you gotta have a writers and a publishing company. You gotta have your publishing on both sides. That way you able to collect on both sides of the house. If you got a publishing deal, that's something else. Artists that got a publishing deal, most of the time the publishing company is gonna collect their side of it. You know what I mean? If you got a publishing deal, but if you truly independent and you don't got a publishing deal, you have to establish a publishing company so that you could collect as a writer and as a publisher, you know?
That
So
is exactly what I was going to speak about, and I love the way that you dropped that gem. Man, you better clip that.
yo, for real, son, that's one that needs to be clipped and shared
Because
because
on my list, on my ownership list. That's one of them. Publishing, and regardless of how y'all look at this gentleman, Suge Knight, he understood that
mm,
ahead of a lot of people. That's why.
there was a lot, but there was a lot of people that understood it,
Hmm.
but there was a lot of people that was willing to give it up. Like I
Yeah.
listened to a lot of the stories, right? Like
Hmm.
I think it was Mace that I was listening to recently, and he was saying that oh it might have been 50, and it wasn't 50. It was Mace for sure. I think it was Mace for sure. And
Hmm.
he was like that at the time, even though I knew I should keep my publishing, I was like in the hood, like in the projects or whatever, and I needed to like I needed that money to like pay for this for my moms or pay for that or to get this car, to get that, the things that I needed to get my family together, I had to sell my publishing. But he was like, it was supposed to be temporary. It wasn't supposed to be forever, you know? And it was to get that check. I think even Nori said it one time on Drink Champs, and he was like, I didn't give a shit. I needed to get out of the projects. Like I needed that check for the publishing. They told me if I sell my publishing, I get this much money now up front. I want the money up front. So, but then later on, they wasn't realizing that it was such a big deal to own your publishing. Versus you had like MC Search, who was making sure Nas had all his publishing, right? And he protected him and he didn't take advantage of him. So there were people ahead of time who had all their publishing. There's just a lot of people, once they was getting screwed out of their publishing, they were turning around and screwing other people out of their publishing to make up for it. And it became almost like a pyramid scheme that I want to own somebody else's publishing. I mean, look at Michael Jackson when he owned the Beatles and he owned all these other people's publishing and all that. That's crazy how you could just own somebody else's stuff. It became this like pyramid scheme, you know? So
Hmm.
it's crazy, son. Uh, Publishing deals could work for some people because, again, a lot of those people that were able to get out of the projects, able to get out of that check up front was what they needed. Hurts later though,
Right.
son. It hurts later though. It hurts
Yeah.
later.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
son.
that's why we need to. Yep.
Matter of fact,
That's again.
I give you the flip side. The kid from the Lion King. He they tried to give him like $2 million up front for all them songs that he sung in The Lion King. And his moms wouldn't take it. She was like, I don't want that money. Just give me the publishing. Just give me the publishing. We don't want the money. To this day, he's living off of them checks, bro. To this
Yep.
day, he's living off of them checks. They wanted
Yep.
to give him like 2 mil up front and then walk away from him. His mom was like, nah, we'll take 10,000 now and publishing. And and they waited. Now every time you watch The Lion King on Disney Plus, he get a check. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
publishing is important, son. It's important.
Ownership is the end goal.
Um,
We gotta have that ownership, and we gotta
yup,
have
yup.
structure in hip hop. And it's crazy because I'm talking all this and like you privy to it, you know, what KRS One is doing with the Temple
Yep.
of Hip Hop, but like, you know, what I mean, this got we got to like somehow this got to be bigger. So this has to be like more known so that like the all the other branches can like come together because yeah, yeah, the flip has to happen. I don't
Word.
know. I see the flip. I see the flip happening, but like you know, I got the fire. You know, you gotta make it happen.
Yeah, bro. You know, I'm thinking, and I was talking with Ex Vicer recently, and we was talking about maybe doing some like classes or seminars, some master classes on the website. I'm about to drop it in the chat, in the comments, whatever. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to 730RS.com because I was talking with Ex Vicer and he was talking about doing some like master classes, like maybe getting some sessions together where we could do like, how to engineer your own stuff, how to like master, how to mix, how to set up your publishing and all of that. So if you ain't subscribed yet, subscribe because we got a lot coming. We trying to uplift the community and do some good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to invite you to some of that, B, so you could give us some tips and maybe you could even run a few seminars. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be good to get the education out there. Even if you just record yourself dropping some gems or whatever, we could do a little something and really get something out to the people, you know?
Indeed, man. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Man, it's no, it is like there's like hedge fund groups. It's basically a bunch of guys that came together, built a group fund of money, and they do is raise money and invest money and flip money and grab assets and grab more assets and grab more assets. And one of the assets they've been grabbing that we just spoke about is publishing, and and artists. A lot of them they end up. You wonder why? Like, why did they sell their publishing? It's because they already had a screwed up deal anyway, and they might as well go ahead and get another big fat check to get out of it. And that's a real deal. You know, I follow this news all the time, and it happens like every week. They just grab or they put it's just happening just because people don't know what they're doing. They don't know the contracts they're signing. They get lawyers that are part of the major record labels, and um, they're already in cahoots with them, and they don't. They're just like, oh, everything's fine, and they, of course, like you said, they want to get out of the situation they're in, and boom, that's it. And then when they find out that the contract says something like gratuity, or they got to wait like 35 odd years or some craziness to even
Yeah,
try to
it's
claim.
crazy, son. It's crazy, son. Imagine not owning your own shit for 30 years, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Just look, we see what
Yo,
happened to Angie Stone. Angie Stone just
yo,
passed. Like, bruh.
bro,
We've heard the story so long.
30 years, son. I couldn't even
Yeah,
imagine, bro.
old black artists, old Puerto Rican artists, old whatever artists. They've been getting jacked.
Yo, it's crazy, son. It's crazy, B. And I think about a lot of that. Like, oh, even like, and it's not even just black artists and Puerto Rican artists, B. Much love to our people, son. But I saw an interview back in the days with Aerosmith, okay? think it was Aerosmith, and it was Steven Tyler was talking about that he don't make nothing. He don't own none of his publishing. He don't own none of his masters.
You
He
know,
don't make no money off his music, bro.
it's
Nothing, bro. Yo, if it wasn't you, Steven Tyler, my fault, son. But I swear that it was him that I was listening to an interview, and he
yeah.
was like,
You
"Yo, we
talking
don't own
about
our masters."
the big
Huh?
lip rocker
Yeah,
with the long.
yeah.
Yeah,
Son, that
Steven
his
Tyler.
daughter is
You
in
can't,
like his daughter's like in a
you
lot of
can't
movies.
mistake him. You can't mistake Steven Tyler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he was saying that for a long time, it was either him. I swear it was him. Yeah, it was him for sure. And they were talking about how they make their money off of doing shows. Because I think the question that came up was like, why the Rolling Stones don't stop? Why they always doing shows or whatever? And he was like, because we
Hey,
don't own none of our music. We
hey,
don't
oh,
own none of our music. So the only time we get paid is when we do shows. You know? All the streams is happening and all of that, they not getting nothing. You know? And
damn.
maybe they changed that now because I saw that interview a long time
No,
ago. You know what I'm saying?
you're right though. You're right though. You know, I did start off there because we was in the hip hop sector, but yeah, you're right. Artists in
Artists
general have
in
been,
general,
yeah,
son, was getting played, B.
and
Getting played.
I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of us just complaining about like Spotify and all of the streaming. I'm trying to, I'm in my mind, I'm like trying to find the frequency where like, well, how do we fix this? And
You
who,
know,
you know what I mean?
don't get it twisted. I think all of it right now is business opportunity, and I'm putting my music everywhere. You feel me? Like it's Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all the shit. 730 RS. Go look for me. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
But there's gotta be, to your point, another lane or a better way. As those can't be the only lanes. There's gotta be more to it than that. Publishing, doing more shows, maybe even I seen some dude recently that was talking about doing virtual shows,
Yeah,
like having
yeah.
like some cinematic type shit, green screens in your crib, some camera setup where you got a nice background and you build yourself a little stage. Like they got a lot of theaters now where you go
Boy,
to the theater.
you seen what LaRussell didn't build with his
Who?
LaRussell?
Nah, but I seen this theater, son. Let me tell you, this theater I saw, it's like the actors, let's say they doing a scene where they in a desert. They got like a screen behind them, almost like the things they use in movies now that show the desert. So the person on the stage actually look like they in the desert. You know what I mean? But it's some screen that's behind them or whatever. You could do that and have a nice background to do a show right from your own spot. Do virtual shows or whatever. Who knows what is possible out there? You
Bro,
listening to this and
Travis,
getting
Travis,
inspired.
Travis Scott had a concert on Fortnite.
What?
you got, you,
On Fortnite.
yeah. What? I'm see if I could. I don't know. There's got to be a video on YouTube of it.
Of course
I'm,
there
I'm just
is.
saying. And then I think Megan did it at least once, but like um
Or they
this is
they
still
got that metaverse shit, right? I'm
yeah, the
sure
virtual you
Cass is
remember
doing
I was talking about
concerts
the
in there.
virtual reality joint. You had the virtual reality glasses on and you were at the concert. Just like
Mm-mm.
you could be at the basketball game or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's lanes out there. Direct to consumer, build your own website.
Yeah.
Get you, but
Yes.
don't sleep on building your YouTube and building your Spotify,
Oh
building your
no.
Apple, because you need all
No, yeah.
that. You need all that.
Definitely use yeah. Why you the mix? Definitely use the
Yo,
channels and
let
make sure you
me,
get your YouTube. Make sure you got your YouTube ID and all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
and for real, all of y'all who's gonna see who either joined live today, thanks for joining us. All the people who is gonna see this later, shout out and mad love to
You-
y'all.
If you
But
check there
like,
for a second,
yo, listen, I've been seeing spins from Japan. I've been seeing spins from Germany, Netherlands, China. Like, so shout out to those. markets because Spotify, Apple Music, and all that, I wouldn't be touching those people without them. You know what I'm saying? So I do give them some love, you know what I mean? But things could be better. But yo, shout out to all the people in Japan, China, Netherlands, and of course out here in the US that's been bumping that 730 RS and X Visa. You know what I mean? Mad love to all y'all. Mad love, of course, to the subscribers to the website, 730RS.com. Yo, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, bro. Stream that music for free. You dig? So
So
I'm
so
just
now
saying,
now
son.
you gotta keep putting more in the stream, man. You gotta keep feeding them now. That's what you gotta do now.
We gotta do, son. We working, son. We working. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yo, catching up with you is fire, son. It's been a minute since we had a chance to really chat, son. So like, we got to keep doing this, B, because right now we was able to come up with a lot of gems for the people, and I think it's good
Mhm.
shit, B.
Mhm.
So there's definitely some fire coming for real, son. Like. Yo, again, shout out to all subscribers, fallen constituents, my man Trey over here dropping wisdom and knowledge and kicking it with me, saying like, yo, for real, son. Mad love to you, son, for real.
You already know,
So what's good?
man.
What's up with you for the rest of the night? What we doing?
For the rest of the night, I'm gonna probably write a couple rhymes and chill out. My mind's creative right now, so we'll
Better
see.
send me something. You better send me something. I'm about to get into the lab myself, son, because I got a couple things I gotta wrap up, a couple sessions I need to send off
Well,
to get
you just
mixed.
hit me at, just hit me after this, and
Yo, matter of
don't get,
fact,
y'all gonna have to miss the top secret classified.
well, I was just top secret classified, but I'm gonna say this. We was talking. It's funny that you said that thing about drill, right? I wasn't
Hmm.
gonna say that, but top secret classified, April 11th, we dropping a drill track. I April 11th, we dropping a drill track.
That's,
730 RS is called the
that's
Sad
when I
Man.
said the flex bomb.
I need that Funk Master. Yo, Funk Master Flex. You need me up there to do a freestyle, so I'm telling you right
Yo,
now. Somebody tag Flex in this.
yo, please, please,
Yo, somebody
please, if
tag
that
Flex in
happens,
this. I'll
bro.
tear that up,
Yo,
son. I'll tear that up.
yeah, you better, man, you do that shit. I see you, man. I'm flipping out the chair, man.
Yo,
Matter of fact,
listen, let them know. Everybody let them know, son.
that's
Get
right.
730 RS in there. But yo, I'm dropping the drill track April 11th. It's called the Sad Man, son. You gonna see. So you talking about doing a little something different with that drill vibe? You gonna see, son, some fire coming. So
All right.
yo, mad love to you. I appreciate everything you dropped today, all the wisdom, son. I'm gonna hit you though. I'm gonna see if I
All
get you in the session. All right? Yo,
right, man. Peace.
love, son.
Love.
Holla at me, son.
One.